Hey guys, it's Vaultic Armor, and in this video we're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite weapons to use in PvP. Now keep in mind these weapons are all going to be exotic weapons, and they're going to be in the primary slot. Alright guys, so the first weapon that we're going to be talking about is the Last Word. Now right now I have this ranked as my least favorite weapon out of the 5, however it's still a pretty good weapon to use in Crucible. Alright, so the first perk that we're going to be talking about is Hip Fire. And this is a pretty good perk for the weapon because if you're in a tight situation, it's really going to come in handy. Now in this case right here, I didn't have to use it because I wasn't I could just aim in, but sometimes if you're like, let's say you're like turning a corner and it's a really close quarters, that might be pretty handy. Okay, so the next two things that we're going to be discussing about this gun is that you should use perfect balance over high caliber rounds, because perfect balance is really needed on this weapon due to its crazy fire rate. Next weapon we have on the list is the Universal Remote Primary Shotgun. Now this is a pretty good weapon. I have it ranked number 4. Now make sure you're having Hammer Forge equipped out of the 3, because Hammer Forge is really going to dramatically increase your range, as you guys can see right there. It increases the range by over half. And the other two perks are not really relevant. And then there's the other perk, Universal Remote. Now this perk is pretty good because whenever you aim in, for instance right there, you get an increased amount of range. So this is going to be good for certain situations, of course, but it's always good to have, and make sure you're aiming in whenever you're using this weapon. The reason why we have this weapon ranked so low on the list is because there are so many other shotguns out there that are way more effective than this one, especially since this is a primary exotic shotgun. If this was just a primary legendary, it really wouldn't matter, and in that case I would probably rank it higher. But since it's an exotic, you're losing out on a lot of other exotic weapons. There's better shotguns out there like the Found Verdict. That's a really good one. There's also a really new Iron Bender one that's even better than this one. So overall, it's a pretty good weapon, and I would recommend it in the Crucible, especially if you like to get up in there and you're using Blink and you're a hunter or a warlock. Coming in at number 3, we have the Thorn. Now this is a pretty powerful weapon in PvP, and that's why it's ranked number 3 for us. Now, this weapon is a pretty good weapon. It can kill in about 3 shots on average, and it's been known several times to kill in 2. It just depends on if you hit your headshots, and its special perk comes into play, which we'll discuss in a little bit. Now, I recommend you guys using this weapon in most close quarters maps. Now, it does have a bit of range, so it would be fine in pretty much all maps, but it specializes in medium to close range maps. So if you guys are running perfect balance on this weapon, it's going to be the most effective, because whenever you take off perfect balance, it takes about half of its ability away. And the special perk Mark of Devour, it basically means whenever you get a shot on an enemy, it's going to do an additional 7 damage. I think it's about 4 or 5 ticks after you shoot them. So that's pretty powerful, and that actually gives you the potential to kill people in 2 shots. To sum this weapon up, it's a pretty powerful weapon in Crucible that can kill enemies within 2 to 3 shots. If you don't already have this weapon, then you can obtain it through an exotic bounty. Once you get this weapon, definitely try it out in Crucible a bit. It's going to take some getting used to, but eventually you'll get the hang of it, and it's going to be so powerful. You guys are going to love it. The next weapon we're going to be talking about is the Suros Regime. Now this weapon is ranked number 2 in our list, and I honestly think it deserves its spot as number 2. Now this weapon's pretty good because it has a special perk called Focus Fire, and that basically means whenever you shoot your gun, whenever you aim in, it shoots a lot slower than whenever you would be aiming out, and that's actually going to make the gun much more powerful. Now there are many ways to receive this weapon. You can get it through the Nightfall beating Crota, or even beating Atheon. Now last week Xur came around and he sold this weapon, so if you guys really enjoyed this weapon, I hope you guys were able to purchase it from him. Finally, coming in at number 1, we have the Red Death, my personal favorite weapon in the entire game for Crucible. Now, there are many reasons why this weapon is so powerful. The first reason being, if you get 2 headshots because of the most recent update and the buff to the pulse rifles, if you get 2 headshots, you can actually kill somebody within 2 bursts if you get headshots all the time. Now, normally it's just going to be a 3 burst kill, rarely 4 burst. See right there, it was 3 burst. Now, there's only one important perk on this weapon, in my opinion, and that perk's called Red Death. This perk basically makes it to where whenever you get a kill, you instantly regenerate your health back to full. In certain situations, this will definitely help, and I've seen myself getting saved by this so many times. And instead of me having to get a kill and then run away and hide and come back into fight, I could get a kill and then turn around and get another kill without dying. We hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, then leave a like. It really helps and shows the support towards our channel. And also subscribe to our channel if you enjoy Destiny content and want to see more just like this. So until next time, guys, this has been Vault-Tec Armor, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.